I'm working with a new deck and I'm very excited about it. So bear with me as I learn it. I'm going to be using this deck extended generals because I want to go in great depth about people's situations, and I'm tying in astrology to it also, and I want to do an hour and a half long extension that will be for purchase that people can use. But I wanted to use a deck like this where there's so many layers of cultures and spirit and color and traditional meanings with added layers. Okay, so it's going to be a very big learning experience. I'm very, very excited and scared to do it because these cards, there's so much depth to these cards. For starters, before I delve right into the reading, I wanted to just talk about this Ouroboros that is on the back of these cards. Okay, it's the snake eating its own tail, and it represents this cyclical nature that we have of life and rebirth. And it really is the kind of the practice that we go through in our primordial state when we kind of revert back. It's the practice that leads us to realizing that the mystical union is between self and all. And I don't want to get too spiritual, but we are all connected. And when you think about love in that form, it's not so much he said, she said, and I want to get even, and they hurt me, and I want to get my ex back. Because we have those feelings, we do. But there's so much more learning and depth that we can do about love in general, and ourselves, and understanding the possibility of our partner's or our person's perspective. Because when perspectives vary, which they usually do, there's two sides to every story, right? It does help us to understand and connect with their point of view. It helps us love. So, same spread as last week, just different cards. We have on the bottom of the deck the Strength card, which I love this card because look at this, Leo. One, this is your card. It represents trust and truth and loyalty and confidence. But look at the connotation. This lion is bursting forth from this person's body. Look how this person is sitting on, or the lion is coming from this person's body, because we are connected. Passion is connected. And all of these droplets of wisdom, I'm going to call them, because I haven't read the symbolism from the book yet. Droplets of wisdom, or pearls of wisdom, is connected with and helping them both move forward with knowledge and supreme confidence. But it is based on passion. So, beautiful card, Leos, as we enter into the second phase of eclipse season, which is kind of this firming up of confusion. Keep in mind, we're not going to get everything we want. We're going to get things that we need. So as we progress through this and things start to solidify, just because there's a huge eclipse doesn't mean that everything's going to go back together just the way you want it. But keep in mind that we're getting what we need. It's important to realize that distinction. All right, Leos, where are we? Where are you? We have the Page of Wands, Two of Discs, the Moon card, and the Four of Pentacles. Discs are the pentacles. So, Page of Wands, clearly passionate messages, movement-oriented, action-oriented messages. Okay, there's kind of an Eastern, and I don't understand all this symbolism yet. There's so much here with these cards, but if you take the earthly nature of these flowers and the Eastern nature of her facial features and her wands and hair and flag, it's very, very, very much kind of like waving out into the future and waving out and how are you, Leos, right? You love to walk into a room and be the center of attention, and you're all positivity and love and charisma, and everybody loves you for it, and you're very beautiful at the same time. Very beautiful. Leos and Leos rising, facial structures to die for, really gorgeous. Okay, and they usually are you're usually dressed very well, and you can get attention because of this beauty and completeness that is your presence. But that's what this is talking about. Bringing forth messages, but it doesn't have to be verbally. It can be walking into a room and waving this flag and perfect, beautiful, gorgeous, flaming hair. And it's like, hey, I'm here. Let's party. Okay, I'm ready to go. Raising that flag like you're in a group of tourists in a foreign country. Over here, people, over here. Okay, let's go. We're on a team. Let's go. I'm over here. Come on. That's kind of like this type of communication. It doesn't have to be verbal. It's everything that you are, everything that you're connected to is your communication. So what are we talking about here with love in your love life? Okay. There are other ways to communicate besides words that can be equally, very equally received without being so forceful. And I was just having a private reading with someone yesterday that I was talking about that. It can be very important and sometimes a much more proven method for results. The method can get a lot more results when you're presenting and communicating with actions and not words. All right, we have the Two of Discs. This card is growing and growing and growing and growing on me more and more and more, and I've seen it a few times in the past day. It is clearly Two of Pentacles, so weighing options, feeling uncertainty. There's emotion associated with it. We're trying to stay connected to the ground when we're making these decisions. But I love the coins on her eyes because she is earth. Earth energies are earth. They're grounded in practicality and reason. And they are also, because so practical, realizing that maybe they're on unsure footing right now. Maybe there's uncertainty, but they also know there's an option and there's two sides to each coin. Okay? There's recognition of that. And they're covering her eyes right now, but in order for her to see what either of the results could be, she actually has to remove one of the coins. It's like in the Matrix, and I said this exact same thing in my private reading. It's like the Matrix. When you choose to take a red pill or a blue pill, and you don't know if one's good or bad, you don't know until you take it. She won't be able to see until she removes a coin. So she will remain in this state of uncertainty and unsuredness, feeling unstable about the situation until she removes a coin. Choose one. The Moon. Look at all of this Native American symbolism here. These cards do have a lot of Native American symbolism in them, and I love that so much because Native American tribes are very connected to spirit and spirits. It's a major part of their culture, and it's beautiful. And look at what's happening here. We have, this is my own interpretation, I haven't read the book. We have the external spirit world or night sky. There may be creatures in it. We have this spirit world that protects us and surrounds us, okay, in a positive and a negative way. But there's not just spirits and energy per se that we cannot see. There's also spirit world where we connect with animals and nature. And what's last, or what's in the center, is this being. And these lines are pulling open his eyes so he can see, because there's hidden things here. There's something hidden that cannot be seen unless you look and choose and force yourself to see it. You have to listen to the world of the unspoken. That's why this is the card of Pisces. They live in the world, in the realm of the unspoken sometimes, because they feel so deeply, and I know I always say this, but they know things, and they think everybody else does because they feel it, they're connecting with it, but we don't connect with it on that level. And so you have to force the vision, the view of it. That's why this is kind of the card of secrecy, not on purpose. It's just there's things we don't see, there's things we are not aware of that we have to force ourselves to see. And I'm going to show you this card too, because I just noticed, if you look at the sun, it's the same, just a little bit more positive. But she's still looking out. She's still being affected by things that are around her. And they're looking right at each other. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. Leos. Again, very grounded, very earthly. But the 4 of Pentacles represents withholding. It represents hidden information by a choice to choose to keep some information hidden. So this is represented here very clearly by keeping one side. I mean, look at these houses. They're up here. You barely even see them. And it's like choosing to keep our inner world secret, like above what other people can see, hidden from what other people can see. And it's a choice. They chose to build their houses up there. Okay? This person can choose to walk down this pathway that maybe nobody knows they're on. So there's hidden stuff here, but choosing to keep things barriered up, barricaded from other people. And it's not a bad thing. It just means that there's kind of right now, there's this unwillingness to open up. Unwillingness to choose, but no, you have to. Okay? Know that there's communication that has to be taking place. Now, what's happening with your partner, Leos? We have the 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and 2 of Cups. So again, we have choices. We have accepting the stability that we've placed on ourselves, being happy about it. As somebody who kind of likes the single life, very stable. And I like these gears here because this is exactly what this is. It's somebody that is connected to themselves, connected to earth, connected to spirit, and they're doing their own thing. All of these working gears and energy moving around, there's all these things around them, but it's like she's kind of sitting there and her chakras are moving and she's kind of like, I'm good to go, man, I'm set. I don't need anybody else right now. I like my routine. The gears are working. It's a well-oiled machine right now. I want to keep it like this. Okay. 5 of Swords. A lose-lose situation. Now, this is such a beautiful card. Again, Native American symbolism here with the owls and all the feathers and the baby. But the 5 of Swords is a card of lose-lose situation. So, look, there's a baby here. And there's one person in this card. So, does this represent that there's lost possibility? There's lost possibility here by being alone. And these are things your partner is thinking. These are things you might be thinking about your partner. But they might be liking their single life, or they might be wanting some freedom from you. However, because they want to just keep on their schedule and like be a well-oiled machine, they like it, but they're also thinking to themselves, am I missing an opportunity here? Interesting. 5 of Wands. We've got this lion charging forward, pushing through all of the darkness. This is a card of battling. It's a card of forging ahead, but in a very positive way. The 5 of Wands never means a downright battle or a lost situation or everybody's hurting. It's charging forward in a positive way. Okay, there is darkness here, but he's just pushing through it like very quickly without even blinking an eye. I mean, he's like, wee, let's go. You know, like a flamethrower, like just hugging that flame through the night sky, and it's like, there's no wind, so it just kind of flies. That's kind of what I see when I look at this card. Very positive energy with this card. Very triumphant and willing energy. And he's kind of looking backwards. He's saying, don't feel like this. He's like telling all of this to just come along with him into this much more positive place. That is love, 2 of Cups. Okay. he's saying, this lion is saying to your person, it's like they're hesitant, but they also know that you're here and you have decisions to make. They also know that you may be trying to bring messages. They know the strength of the relationship. They know the passion associated with it. They know that you might be withholding a little bit. But they also know that they can just jump into another realm with you that is love and acceptance and sharing. And there's a very happy place here, and they know they can just choose to go there with you. So they can really choose to stay in this place of loss and regret and missed opportunities, or they can just go be with you and be really happy. So if you're single, completely single, and nobody's on your mind, take this for what it is. It can be moot for you. If you're in a long-term relationship, both of you are kind of deciding stuff, but it might be like you had a fight. There just needs to be a little more clarity and a little bit more effort and opening on both of your parts. But there's definitely love and strength there. Now, challenge, benefit, outcome. The challenge is the Eight of Wands. And I was looking at this card when I was doing Sagittarius, and the Eight of Wands is swift messages coming forward, going back and forth, lots of communication, but are you really getting to the depth of the core of the matter? Because look, she's kind of shielding herself in her own emotions. She's protecting her emotions. Okay? The messages are coming. They're passionate. They're real. They're fiery. They are loyal and trustworthy like the lion. But there's fear here, and she's covering her emotion. She's protecting her emotions. So that's why this is a challenge. There is either not enough communication, or it's not being received fully yet. The benefit is the Justice card. So this will all be worked out, Leos. Everything's going to be fine with your love life, and there will be a sense of clarity and evenness and balance associated with your love life in general and your partner, your person. The outcome is the Fool. So clearly here with these butterflies, there will be kind of a transformation. I mean, even his head is the head of a butterfly, and he's flying through air. So there's major transformation here coming, and he's just kind of flying through it, flying into it, flying with it, being excited about it. There's great love and passion here. A little bit of fear on both of your parts, but it seems like there's going to be justice and quick decisions that will move it and launch it forward to a very positive and warm place. All right. All right, Leos. Well, thank you so much. I hope you liked these cards. If it was too spiritual for you, just comment below, because I'm kind of curious. Because I think sometimes people just like to hear like black and white love situations, but I want to delve a lot deeper, because there's more to it than just, do they love me, or is my ex coming back, or what do I do? There's more to it than that. There's more introspection that can be done, but I don't want to leave that stuff out, because that's kind of the answers we're here for. So I don't want to leave that out, but I want to take it to another level at the same time. So let me know your thoughts. I think these cards do that effectively, especially once I learn them better. And leave your comments below. I'm very curious, and but also, looking forward to it at the same time. So stay tuned. Those will be posted either simultaneously or directly right after this, a day or two max. And then we'll go from here. But welcome to phase 2 of eclipse season. All right, be excited about the changes that are coming, because they are what we need. All right. Thanks, Leos. Bye.